Good morning, G Federation, and greetings from the top of the world. In the last 5 days of 100 stadiums in 100 days, we have made it from Columbia, South Carolina, to Cincinnati, Ohio, to Chicago, Illinois, to Lawrence, Kansas, now to Morrison, Colorado. This is a new place to us, but also somewhere that feels very familiar to me. Tonight, for the first time in the series, we'll be bringing back the How Long Can I Stay challenge. For those unfamiliar, this is where we go to an event at a stadium, see how long we can stay after to get a proper tour without proper authorization. We have made this exact video so many times, it has given me the financial stability to go to 100 straight stadiums, 100 straight days. But with hammering down this video concept so many times, there is very few spots left still on my bucket list. One of them has always been Red Rocks, just outside of Denver. If you cannot tell already, this is one of the most scenic concert venues in the United States that doubles as a park when it's not used for a show. We've had like 30 people walk by me just during this intro on the trail. So if we are gonna stay at Red Rocks as long as we can we scurry off into the wilderness? Will it be trapped by security guards before? There's a lot of questions to ask, there's a lot of questions to be answered. We're gonna find that out right now. We just did 9 hours of driving yesterday and we've had another 7 today. I'm still not out of West Kansas. This rest stop is the first sign of life I've seen in hours. We're also gonna be west of the Mississippi at least another week and a half, so I don't see these 5 to 7 hour drives stopping anytime soon. But between going to Kansas and having some really good stops lined up the next week and a half here, here's a little map of the schedule we're gonna be working on. I feel pretty good about at least having something put together day to day. I think we're finally to a point where coming up with content a little bit easier, but just over a third of the way in, oh my gosh, this is a lot. We gotta get back to the Midwest and the South. Since we're driving over 15 hours in 2 days, we're not gonna get to Colorado for this concert until like 6 p.m. and it starts at 8. Finally, day 2 of 7+ hours of driving, probably gonna be 8+ hours after the show tonight, is over. We don't have that much time in Denver, that much time before the show. It's about 5:30 right now. The show starts at 8. But after everything we've gone through with the drives, with just daily vlogging for a month straight, I want to treat ourselves to a nice dinner. Now, one thing interesting about being in this part of the country is there's a lot of interesting food to try, a lot of interesting animals to hunt. With the one meal that we have in the Rocky Mountains, we gotta try some Rocky Mountain oysters. This is the one spot that it seems like is the place to go to for all sorts of wild cuisine. We gotta see what this is about. So this is the frozen testicle, and you cook this up to make a Rocky Mountain oyster.
Yeah, we don't. This one we could just keep it frozen to show people. But
these are actually really good. It's almost like a calamari. After that dinner, we have made it to a little bit of a chilly night. Because our dinner took a little bit longer than expected, we are a little bit late for this concert, but I think there's openers and stuff like that, just like any other concert. I'm not quite sure. I don't go to a ton of concerts at all. I also could not even tell you who's playing tonight. I saw the name, didn't recognize them, didn't think about it ever since. So what music we're listening to is completely news to me. We were pretty much in the thick of Denver at the restaurant we went to, and it took maybe 20 minutes to get here. A little bit closer to the city than I imagined Red Rocks would be. But the main reason I wanted to make this video is I have no idea how contained this place is gonna be at all. It kind of feels like we're in the middle of a national park. Kind of feels like we're not, but that's why we're here to find out. Also, shout out to Red Rocks for not charging for parking here. I thought when I pulled up this lot, I'd for sure be $20 in the hole. And also for more money, we paid $45 for this concert. Seems about par for the course with their weeknight acts from what I could tell. They had Bert Kreischer here last night. Kind of wish I was able to pull up to that instead of this. Not like I'm the biggest Bert Kreischer fan, but at least I know who that is. Oh, we're like going on a hike for real up here. This is such a hard walk after eating the 20-ounce bison. It's also incredibly quiet around here for going to a concert. I think I'd hear music or at least people if we were close, and I'm not really hearing much of either of that. I'm like actually winded, this is tough. These views are crazy. I see why this venue's so hyped up. Now we just gotta go up 60 rows to our seats. Whole ass raccoon in the venue. That's pretty cool. He's so big. Hi. A little far back, but we got tons of space up here. I'm A-okay with this. I think now we just sit back and enjoy until the end. Why are they playing inside a box? Is that a normal thing to do here? Everyone just walked off stage, but No one's leaving. It's so easy to time these right for a game with a buzzer. Times are so different. I think we just got the last one. We have a 7-hour drive tomorrow. We cannot be here this late. These guys gotta wrap it up, man. They gotta wrap it up. How long we stay at Red Rocks? We're on the clock. It is 10:38 real time. I pray that I'm not in here past midnight. We'll see though. I wouldn't mind going on a dark wilderness adventure. Maybe we'll see more raccoons. Who knows? So the thing with Red Rocks, now that we have some light to actually see everything, this is just one giant pit. It's not really much of a concourse outside of the sides of it. And you have that area up top that goes who knows where. I think going up to the top to start would be the right idea. Or at least that's one of the only spots I haven't been all night, so that's what I'm most curious to do. All the security is in yellow up here. Seem relatively chill. Getting people out here so far. Most people are going out on their own accord, of course. Some people are sitting down, hanging still. A lot of different ways of going about it. Look at all these bushes along here though. If we really, really want to be about it and hide somewhere, I mean, I don't think there's a better spot to do it in the country. That right there is why I've needed to try this video. Oh, this area up top here is actually pretty cool. Wish I checked it out more while it was open. One of the funnier crowds I've been around this entire time. Doing everything that I've done. The most stereotypical Colorado people are in this crowd. I've seen it all. Kind of hard to tell what food and beverage is actually being sold over here, but the setup for us, not too bad. So it seems like everyone's going out this way. They're coming out through this way right here. And we walked up here through this way. I don't think it's too against the grain to go down this way. Let's just go do that. That parking down there we got into looked like a mess coming out. I don't think we're missing out on much, weighing this out a little bit. But another thing about that crowd, wow, have they cleared out fast. In 8.5 minutes, oh, someone lost a phone, that's not my phone. I have one right here, plus one I'm holding. That is important for somebody. What's going on closer to the stage? That's another area we haven't really been to at all this whole time. A lot of trash out here. I'm definitely not short of that. One thing I'm very not happy about with this Red Rock setup is walking down these rows is not very easy. I think it might be as close as we're gonna get without someone telling us to leave. But I gotta go this way to make sure it doesn't happen. It's gonna probably happen pretty fast. Here is these people are going right here too. That might be something we can get into. This guy in the blue is like the third person to really tell me to get out of here. Oh my God, I can't talk. Wow. We might need to save our voice for the tailgate tomorrow. Probably good tailgate and not drink at too, because wow, just my throat need that. Now that we're out of the venue a little bit, we can probably chill here a lot longer, but that only took 14 minutes. Wow. Good thing we got a lot of tape before this. All the security is up these stairs. You see the one right there even. And only people left are getting merch right down here. Whole entire place locked down. Then it's time to go. Good Lord. Outside of just sticking around for the challenge, Red Rocks is a very, very cool environment for a concert. I kind of wish I went here for a band I actually knew, with some people to actually hang out with, because I would have for sure had a good time. The crowd was pretty interesting. It was a lot of the most stereotypical Colorado people you would ever expect, but it was still a good vibe. There's really not that much to it outside of the park. It's just one long row of stands with not a lot going on the sides of it. There's a few concessions, but that's really about it. But it's also one of those places that having too much would be doing too much. For being a venue that feels this immersed in the wilderness, being just like 20 minutes outside of Denver, I can see why it's one of the best in the country. There's really nothing I've been to that parallels this. I was so tired I fell asleep without remembering to outro the video. But that's probably a good thing. We're off to BYU and I feel much more well rested. See you in Provo.